Yo, what's going on, everybody? It is 3 p.m. here in New Vienna, Iowa. That means it's time for another live stream. Today is Wednesday, October 14th, 2020. Well, we're pretty much halfway through October already. I will continue to say time is creeping by slowly and flying by at definitely the same time. How are you guys doing today? We got lots of people in here already. We got Frank LaHoulier, Cycle on Wednesday. Chris Yao says, blessing, one and all. Awesome. Cy Mills. Awesome. Cy Mills says, just watch today's video. I'm guessing the word of the day is burning, burning, burning. We'll make burning the word of the day. That's if you guys can find a way to bring burning into the conversation, we'll get some sound effects going for that one. I didn't plan on having a word for the day, but Cy, that's a good one. That workout though was tough. That workout, that was yesterday's workout. I mean, I can't remember the last time I've done a workout that had 12 reps total. And I've done some complicated ones when I was training with the Nike team last year, 2019 Chicago Marathon. And it would be like, 3 or 4 at one pace with one level of rest, 3 or 4 at another. But I don't ever remember having 12. So it was a lot. Hard for me to count that high. I definitely miscounted. Like in my mind, I was like, I got 3 left. And then I looked at my watch and I was like, oh, I only have 2 left. So sometimes not being able to count works for you. So, it worked out. But yeah, so that was a tough one. But I felt pretty good on my run today. Nice, easy run. Felt pretty good. Knee was still there, but, I definitely feel like I'm getting better. And yesterday, so you can tell Seth is like on a break because like he's everywhere right now on social media. So it's pretty cool to see him out and about. Sorry, I'm going to move my phone. It usually starts to interfere with the microphone if I have it on me. And he was tweeted out. He's like, hey, I saw the video today and you should check out my video. And I was like, okay. And it was like a runner's knee video. So I was like, oh, cool. For some reason, I thought that Seth had some sort of stress fracture in his shin. I didn't think he had runner's knee. So, but my case wasn't nearly as severe or isn't nearly as severe as his. But I was happy to see that a lot of the things that I'm doing and a lot of things that I found or kind of accidentally figured out like work for me are the things that he did a lot to get over like his stuff. The things that I think are working are the things that he thought were working. So that validates that it's not something like some sort of stress fracture or a meniscus tear or something else that could be like really horrible to continue running on. So yeah, so that felt good, but that was pretty cool. Pretty good to see him. Yeah, not that I don't see him ever, but I know he's just so busy, so much growth lately. It's hard for him to keep track of everything sometimes. David Prabhu's here says, good day to all. Terrence Hu says, greetings, earthlings. Lucas Luli Campos says, hi everyone from Brazil, Dourados City. Awesome. Very cool. I don't know where that is. But sounds awesome. JC says, where'd it go? Here we go. It says, hello. Do any other countries call this hump day? I would imagine not. I would imagine not. Probably not. Yeah. Lucas is like, what does that mean? That just means it's the middle of the day, like the hump of the week, like the hardest, like the middle part of the week. I don't know. I don't think I've ever called it hump day. Yeah, it's an interesting word, especially since like there was a commercial that came out that made like a big deal of the word hump day, and I was like, no, you can't use that anymore. Martha's here as well. Awesome. Sai says in the UK they call it hump day. I didn't know that. Interesting. Bert is here. Good to see you, Bert. And so is where'd it go? Sorry, just jumped on me. Ennis is here as well. And he passed 1,500 miles for the year on tonight's run. Awesome. That's good. Let's get like a cowbell going for that. Good work. Where is it? Taking a while. There it is. Yeah. Awesome. Good work, Ennis. KCA is here too. Oh, cool. Very cool. And M. Gruner. What's going on, M. Gruner? Good to see you. Yeah, good question. What's up, gang? How did everybody's run go today? I already talked about mine a little bit, but weather-wise, it's definitely turning. So today is actually, it's been really windy the past couple of days, but the wind is picking up quite a bit. And today is still like 75 degrees. It doesn't feel like it because it's so windy and gusty. But starting like tonight, the temperature is going to drop quite a bit. And then we're going to see temperatures, the low temperature. So like when I go running, it'll be in the 30s. I mean, we already hit that once already, but it was only like for a day or two in terms of the lows. And then the highs went back up pretty high. But I think that like this is the full, like we'll like a full shift over to fall now. And, to get a little bit thicker gloves out. I'm going to have to get the full length tights out. I mean, I already have them out. I wore some yesterday, but I think the days of the half tights are over pretty much here. I mean, I might be able to get 1 or 2 more days, but I'm thinking it's pretty much over. Yeah. All right, what's going on, Ben? Good to see you again. My mom's here. Awesome. Hi, Mom. How are you? DJ Maldib says, howdy, Kofuzi. I'm here and greedy for more marathon advice today. Hope you don't mind. No, go ahead. Shoot. Julian Goodship says, hi from the UK. What's going on, Julian? Cool. Brett Reed says, got my SL20s for $32 at Ross today. Excited to feel a burn. Oh, there we go. Oh, man, I'm slow on the uptake. There you go. But he's ready to feel the burn on a run tonight in his SL20s. Awesome. I like how you tied it back into the old word of the day. Very good work. Yeah, I wonder if like Ross, because I feel like, I mean, people have done that thing before where you go to like Ross or Marshalls or TJ Maxx, like those other like discount retailers, and pick up like hidden gems. But there must have been a ton of SL20s lying around because I've been getting a lot of messages about it. I've been seeing that Seth's been getting a lot of messages about it too, that people are finding the SL20s. So like there just must have been so many. And I wonder if like, I bet you their inventory system isn't that sophisticated, but like it'd be amazing if suddenly there's some dude that's like a purchaser or like a product manager for like regionally, and all of a sudden he's like, why? He's getting like a text, like an alert, like why are all these shoes all of a sudden selling like crazy? Maybe we should raise the price on them. I wonder if like that would happen, because I have a feeling like in a week all the SL20s will be gone. I mean, I hope not. I hope people still can find them, but that's what I think. Oh, look, here we go. We got Afro Iron Knight says, hi, everyone. New sub here. Love your content. What's going on? Welcome. Thanks for stopping by today. Roberto Villo is motion for Happy Hump Day. Awesome. Raymond says, this is a nice transition away from watching the ACB hearings and seeing all the toxic chat in the live stream. There's chat in the live stream for those? Where are you? Oh, I would definitely not do that. You know what I really appreciate? I mean, is it still a thing or not? Remember when people used to comment on news articles and you can comment anonymously? Remember that? That was a toxic place on the internet. That was a terrible place to be. Oh boy. Eventually I just stopped looking down in comments of newspaper articles, but I feel like at some point, like they just took them all down because they were never productive or insightful or anything good. They were just miserable. But yeah, remember that? I can't imagine what it'd be like to watch the comment, like live chat from a stream of that hearing. No, count me out. I don't think I could do that. You have a stronger fortitude than I do, Rain Runner. Yeah, because I've been seeing people like live tweet it, and I'm just like, oh, I'm going to turn off Twitter. I keep saying this like every other week. I got to turn off Twitter for a little while. This is not good because it just gets you riled up. Doesn't provide you with it. Sometimes, I mean, I still like Twitter, but because I like I have a hodgepodge of people that I follow on Twitter. And so it's just nice to get like the surprise. It's kind of like these live streams. It just kind of goes everywhere, and I have a short attention span. But there are periods of time where it just all takes like a negative dive. Like there's like this collective subconscious just indulges itself and wallows in negativity for a while, and it just sits there and rolls around in it. And that's when I'm like, I got to take a break. So this might be a good time for that. Next 3 weeks might be a good time for that. But yeah, I don't know. Scotty B, it's good to see you again. Scotty says, hello all, AM run with speed work in the PEG 37 and light rain in God's country. Awesome. Really cool. Really cool. Hope it was a good run. Chanzao says Monday was leg day and I did goal speed intervals yesterday. Disabled today. That's a pretty good stack. I mean, if you're doing a leg day on Monday and then speed work on Tuesday, That's a lot of work. That's a good rest day. Good time for a rest day, I would say. Yeah, Chris Dyke is here. Says, "Hey, folks, awesome." Yeah, Frank Hillier says that runner's knee stopped SJD from getting his Olympic trial qualifiers time. I mean, that was the thing when he was going to go, right? Am I getting the timeline right? He had like a 18-week or 16-week like marathon training block, right? And then was going to run in, was it Cleveland? He's going to run in Ohio, right? And then he had to pull out because he was hurt. Am I talking, or was there a second injury that like happened after that? I could have swore it wasn't, because I remember him going to like Goodwill and picking up like crutches and like an immobilizer boot. That was something else, wasn't it? I don't know. I think I got things confused a little bit. All right. Yeah. So yeah. Martha says, talking about Innes's dog, says we all want to adopt Pip. I mean, that is a photogenic dog, and the dog can run. I mean, the dog should have its own Instagram account. I feel like that. I mean, I think that would do really well. I mean, your Instagram account is a lot of the dog too. I mean, it's very enjoyable to see the dog. I enjoy seeing you, but I also enjoy seeing the dog. Yeah. Let's see. Like J11 says, I'm wearing my butter my bread shirt. Awesome. Really cool. Yeah. Yeah. Now that Seth has joined us, I have an urge to get out a loaf and some butter. Seth is here. Isn't he in here? What's going on, Seth? Good to see you. Welcome. Awesome. Matt852 says SJD is in the building. Really cool. Thanks. Hey, thanks for Seth. If you're here, thanks for sending along the link for that runner's knee video. I totally forgot that you went through that. And at the time I was just like, oh, I don't need any of that. But now I definitely need it. But the things that I've been doing are like almost everything that you did in your video, that you showed, like the B-roll. I've been doing a lot of that stuff, and I feel like it's been helping. So I feel like I'm even though I haven't gotten professional help, I feel like I'm along in the right path. So I'm feeling really good about that. So thank you very much. It's really like validating to have like, kind of second set of eyes on it. So thank you. All right. Martha said at the last minute, she had her time trial. What was it? Virtual race. Last minute, she decided to wear her Hyperion Elite 2s, even though it was only 5K. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed it. Cool. Awesome. Yeah. Let's see what else we got in here. Yeah, and it says about his dog on Instagram. It's all about Pip on there, Kofuzi. Awesome. Yeah. I took for today with the girls, like at lunchtime, they always want to do something for recess. Every day, like you would think that I would have something better planned at this point, because like during like a morning break, my daughter always comes out and I usually get her a snack, and she's like, so Daddy, what are we going to do today for recess? As if like I'm going to have something like phenomenal planned. She's got like 45 minutes to eat lunch and have recess, and then she has to get back to class. So I'm like, to like virtual class. So I'm like, I don't know. I didn't have anything planned. There's a swing set outside. How about that? But today I was like, we're going to do dog parade. So like we took my mother-in-law's dog and we took our dog, and we walked, down the street and back. They enjoyed it so much they want to do it again today. So it's like, okay. I think the dogs might be a little confused, but I'm sure they'll enjoy some extra attention. But I'm hoping that, that dog today, I haven't really been running or walking with her very much. She was all over the place. She was like pulling my arm out of the socket. I'm not a really good, I'm not a great dog. I love dogs, but I'm not great with dogs. I think that they sense that I'm not the natural alpha in the pack. And so like she just wanted to keep running and going. So, well, we'll see. Maybe I can eventually assert dominance of the pack. Maybe. Jody's here. What's going on, Jody? Good to see you. And Seth says, oh, great to hear, Mike. You'll overcome it in no time. I hope so. I don't have one of those slant boards. And someone else mentioned that yesterday in a comment or in the chat maybe. And, but I've been using one of those balance balls to do like a single leg squat or like a pistol squat. And I feel like it's achieving a similar thing, at least the imbalanced way that I do it. And because I do it with some assistance too. Sometimes I do it with assistance, sometimes I need more assistance than others. But yeah, it's been, I think like it helped. I feel like I'm finally making some real progress. It's taken a couple of weeks, but reduced volume and then did a lot of this kind of stuff and figured out kind of like what makes it feel better and what doesn't. So yeah, I think I'm on the mend. Jennifer Herring says, love both Kofuzi and Seth's wonderful energy. Awesome. Yeah. Seth, I miss you, man. It's been too long. I was hoping we get to see each other this year, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen. Oh, cool. Danny J says, we owe both of you and Seth a debt of gratitude for our running edification. Wow. I can't speak for Seth, but I know he would agree that we love doing it. And so we love meeting all of you guys. And it's like, it's all together. It's not about us. And, I love being able to share, my like bumbling through some of these things and kind of figuring things out and learning from you guys and sharing experiences with you guys too. So it's a lot of fun. Yeah, DJ Modib says, anyone else doing the virtual New York City Marathon? Still looking for a good flat route in central Pennsylvania. Is that where, because you're starting to get into the Appalachians there. So like, yeah, you got some hills, I think. Right? Yeah, because like by the time you get to like Pittsburgh, is it? That's not on like the western edge of the state, is it? I'm trying to remember. But yeah, central Pennsylvania, I think, can get pretty hilly. But I'm not doing the virtual New York City Marathon. I don't know. I don't know. Like virtual marathons seem really hard. I think I would do it. Like I could do it for fun, maybe. Like if I wasn't worried about time, but then like if I was worried about time, I just feel like that would be a lot of pressure and also a lot of carrying stuff. That's another thing that I would worry about. Yeah, Danny J says today ran by a dog off leash and was totally hoping it would run with him. She just looked at me like, not today, dude, or ever. That's funny. There's, in this area, so you guys have seen that like when I'm running around here, dogs will just follow me sometimes for miles. But some dogs do not. And I think it's because around here, a lot of people do like the invisible fence training. So they've got like little shock collars on and they have put little flags around the property. And then if the dog crosses it, they get like a little shock. And then after a while, the dog learns like its own landmarks. And sometimes you can see when the dogs have like worn a path in the grass where they know they can go. So like there's some yards where dogs are coming after me, but they come like to a hard stop. Like once they get to like a certain part, like along the tree line before like the edge of the property. And I'm just like, oh, okay. Well, they've got an invisible fence. Thank you. So I feel good about that. GJ says, I got a 6-month-old border collie. I'm going to train for Cannon Cross once he's old enough to start running. Very cool. Very cool. What was I watching yesterday? I was watching something yesterday on TV where I saw another German short-haired pointer, and I decided I really like those dogs. I don't think I'm going to get another dog once, I think Buddy's a good enough dog for me. I don't think I'd get another one after Buddy, but if I were to get one, that's probably where I'd look. That was a smart dog. The one that I ran a half marathon with me. Yeah. Oh, Franklin Hillier says there's a slant board up for Prime Day. I might go ahead and get one then. Or, I might see if I can figure out a way for my father-in-law to make one. He's very handy with woodworking. He does some, he hasn't been doing it lately, but he used to do some cabinetry work on the side. So he knows his way around a wood shop. I can probably get him to make one. But I'll probably just buy one too. And Martha was saying something about it. Oh, you can use the stairs and get a similar result to the slant board for the calf stretching part. The forward-facing squats for knees that Seth does won't work on stairs though. Yeah. So yeah, the calf stretching, it doesn't seem to like do as much for me. I've still been doing some stretching, a lot more of a routine of stretching before my runs. But I just feel like when I can do that certain kind of like squat, especially when I do it like isolate it to the single leg, that really, I feel like, oh, everything that I feel, I'm feeling right now, and it hurts, but in like a good way. And so like, I'm wondering if the slant board would also help with that. But I think that the way that I'm doing it on like the weird balance ball thing that I bought, I think that really is isolating everything that's like kind of needs rehabbing in my knee at once. And so I've been pretty good at that. So I heard that slant boards are expensive. I haven't looked at it, but so that's why I was kind of reluctant. But yeah. DJ Madib talking about Central PA says the training routes are very hilly, good for training, awesome for first marathon. Yeah. I mean, I guess you could do it by like go to a track to do it, but doing your first marathon at a track just seems dreadful. That seems terrible. Mark Chancoco said, sad that the Miami half marathon was canceled. Was it just was that just recently? I didn't hear. Oh, I didn't know that. He's going to register. That's a bummer. Jody says, I have an Australian collie, which is a working dog breed, starts puppy school on Saturday. Hopefully I learn to get him to run with me at the moment. He sprints 20 meters and then walks and then takes off. Oh, that sounds like a puppy. That's not like a puppy, but that I think would be a great dog to run with. I think that's the dog in the picture, right? Cool. Bert says, I'm doing the virtual Antwerp Linkerbert Marathon on their new parkour along the river. It's going to be wonderful. We have the whole weekend to complete the course and submit our GPS recording. Really cool. Really cool. You know what's been pretty lively lately, which makes me happy, is not that Bert would be, but that Strava Wankers is like up and going because all like the London Marathon times are in, and people are celebrating like their first marathons or doing a run, and it's fine. And then other people are getting really fired up about it because people took breaks or stopped, like had lunch or like broke up their like marathon quote unquote run. And I'm like, that's totally cool. If that's what you guys want to do, that's fine with me. But then some people get really riled up about it and be like, that's not a marathon if you took a break. I mean, technically it isn't, but it's a virtual event. I don't care. But other people are getting riled up about it, and Strava Wankers is getting riled up about it, and that gives me pleasure. I just like that a lot. Yeah. Let's see. Bert says the Antwerp Marathon is a small-scale marathon on the left bank of the River Schelde, or Skeld, with a view of the city skyline of Antwerp. That sounds lovely. That sounds really nice. Martha says, it was hard to virtual race by herself today. No one to try to pass, no cheering, just having to look at the watch. Yeah, that's tough. It's hard to like when like everyone thinks about like that end of the race, like you'll dig deep, and you'll have that like a little bit, X factor left. It's hard to get that when like there isn't anyone there. I definitely felt it when I did like the 5K time trial and 8K time trial, but I especially felt it when I did that run test on the watch where it was just like, now run 5 minutes, 53 seconds per mile. And I was like, I've been running for a while. This is a good place to stop, So like definitely like having that like atmosphere goes such a long way. I've certainly underestimated it. And that's something that I definitely learned. Not that I'm that surprised, but I guess I am that surprised. Jennifer saying she's doing the virtual marathon for New York. And it's 18 times around her community in New Jersey, hoping to beat the virtual Boston Marathon time. Well, you should be, assuming you're using the same course, you're familiar with the course now, so maybe that'll help. But it's 18 times. That's a lot. You think that helps? Because then you could like leave like water bottles or stuff for yourself a lot easier, and you don't have to plan them out quite so far. Oh, I don't know. What would you guys rather do? Like a marathon course with a lot of laps or a marathon course with like 2 laps? I think I'd rather go with 2. That's just my style, I think. Yeah, Eric the Red used to have had a German short hair pointer and ran with that dog. It's a good running dog. Smart dogs. And Tab says, Virtual New York City Marathon is expensive to just run at home, and there's no SJD pre-run meetup for motivation. Yeah, that's definitely not going to happen on the virtual side, but yeah, it is. Is it expensive to run it at home? I hadn't considered that. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, Scott just bought that board, the slant board. Really cool, awesome. I'm probably going to end up picking one up just to have like I look at what I bought on Prime Day. Yeah, Danny J says he would rather have 2 laps rather than like 18 or 20 laps. The change of scenery helps a lot. I would agree with that. But I could see that with other people. DJ Modib says a lot of laps because then I can run my hands free. Yeah, then you don't have to carry as much. Also, then if you're gonna run it and have like a family like cheering section, like if your family's gonna come out and cheer you on, then they'll at least get to see you a lot, you know. So I think that would help. Oh yeah, Jody says a 5K course so you can have consistent nutrition stations. Yeah, I think that would. I mean, that's what the elites go with, 5K for like their water bottles. I always feel like that's pretty frequent. I feel like if I were to take on even just like 4 or 3 ounces every time, it just feels like a lot. But you know, I'm like, I'm not really burning off anything as fast as the elites are. So I'm not sure that I need that. Yeah, Mr. Random said he would want a marathon with like 2 laps. He did London a few weeks ago and did 1 big loop. Cool. I feel like that's like a fitting way because I feel like you guys are going to get some lockdown restrictions soon. So that's like a nice like last hurrah, I guess, before things. Hopefully they don't get there, but if they do, at least you got a good big 1 loop marathon in. Chris says he was hoping to meet Seth in Miami, but doubt I'd do a meetup run. Probably be trotting at 5 minutes per mile faster than goal or race pace. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't realize that race was canceled. That must have just come out. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Sean Marshall says he's quick. He certainly is. He sure is. Cool. Let's see. Yeah, Sean is here. What's going on, Sean? He says, hey, y'all. Jennifer Herring talking about where she lives. She says, I live in a senior community with many walkers and made my run about 4 hours and when most of them are walking. Very cool. Really cool. Yeah, I was thinking, my parents don't live there now, but they lived in a senior community for a while. I think they just ended up, well, I think my mom was okay with it. I don't think my dad liked it. But I think that would be a good place to run like a looped marathon. It was super flat. The roads were like not all like straight lines, so like a little bit of interest, but not a lot of super sharp turns. It was by a golf course, so yeah, that would have been interesting. But yeah, I kind of just like, I've never done I've done a point-to-point marathon. It was awesome. I did the tunnel marathon. Yeah, I like that. I definitely like that. One of the things that I don't love about the Chicago Marathon is like right when you're at about like mile 21, you're at like the farthest point away from the city that you're going to be. And you can see like in the way distance, like Sears Tower and some of the skyscrapers. And you're like, oh, I'm still pretty far away. That's not great. So like if it's point to point, I guess you could still have that issue if you're going a point to point race, depending on the skyline and what you can see. But on a loop course, I still feel like, I like 1 big loop is fun. I like point to point. Let's see. DJ Madib says, there's a good habitual routine podcast about assembling your support crew. Might be good for virtual racers. That's a good tip. Jay Kusar says, when I did my virtual a few weeks ago, another jogger pulled me the 400 miles, the last 400 meters to the finish. It was awesome. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool to have like someone else to kind of like bring you into the finish. Nice. All right. Martha says seeing the Chicago skyline at mile 20 is probably like the endless sight of the Citgo sign in Boston that never seems to get closer. I was thinking about that today because I was like, because I still have never run Boston, and this year was supposed to be my year. But I was thinking about today on some of the longer hills and trying to figure out I gotta do more research on it. I'm sure it's easy to find what's the grade of Heartbreak Hill or that hill leading up to that Sitco sign, because I think it's a bridge, right? And see what I can compare that to around here, just to kind of get a sense for what those hills feel like. But yeah, that Sitco sign, because you could see it from so far away, I'm sure it's reassuring and also defeating at the same time. All right. Go Kiwi says, yo, Kofuzi, did my first marathon 2 weeks ago. Awesome. Let's get a cowbell in there for that. And what a great time. Did 3 hour, 23 minutes for his first marathon. Got first in the age group. Awesome. Good work. What a great result. Really cool. Yeah. Oh, DEW Running's here. Good to see it. There it is. Awesome. Sean Marshall says, I did the Chicago half in 2012, I think, and got totally lost finding my family at the finish. Huge mob of 50,000 people. I wonder if I'll ever see that many people in one place again. It's hard to imagine, but I mean, I think it would feel weird. I mean, I get that feeling already. Even when I go to a race expo before all this happened, I was just there's too many people in this room. I gotta go. A lot of nervous energy, kind of I feel it when there's a lot of nervous energy in a crowd. So I don't know. But yeah, the end of the Chicago half marathon, it's just, I mean, it's organized. There's a chute at the end of it for a little while, and then it just opens up, and then it's just there's people in all directions. Yeah, it is kind of disorganized, but they've got so much space in that park down there that they could do that. Martha says Boston. Excuse me. This is supposed to be Martha's year for Boston as well. And she's also has the same question about the grade of those hills. I mean, I would think that, Martha, I wonder if you go into that thinking well, I got this, I live in Colorado. I got hills. I got elevation. I'm good, or I wonder, I would think that you'd be fine. But, I could easily see that well, definitely underestimated that. So I would want to I need to figure out and get a sense of that better, I think. Yeah, Chris Yao says, get prepared, Kofuzi. Trump tweeted 1 minute ago, on my way to the great state of Iowa. Yep, he's coming. He's got a lot of love here. So I suppose it's a great place for him to be. Yeah. Oh, Sean Marshall said, did we get Martha a bell yet for today? No, we totally didn't. Martha, sorry about that. I don't think I did. Here you go. Good job, Martha, on the 5K. Yeah, sorry about that. So sorry. Martha says Kofuzi needs a fire drill now. Yeah, no, I mean, I'm pretty good on, I've gotten very good at the turtle heads, which is lay low, keep your head down. That's what time it is around here, I think. Chris Reed says, thoughts on the new Stride workouts? Yeah, I wish that it worked better with my Polar watch. But that's mainly Polar just needs to find a way that you could structure a workout with power. Sorry, it's getting dark. It's getting overcast with power versus just heart rate. So that's a thing that they could fix that would make the experience a lot better. Still keep kind of messing up, but now I think I figured out the pattern on how to make the data look right when it goes from Polar to back to Stride. So I've got that figured out. I mean, I feel like I'm running a lot of I guess you would call it 3K pace or mile pace, repeats. And then, yeah, I feel like there's a lot of that. None of it's terribly long. Yesterday was 12 by 90 seconds, which felt, none of it, no rep felt long, but it was just a lot. But, and then tomorrow is a strides workout, which is not terrible. It's 6 times 30 seconds on and off, but the same intensity. So it seems like there's a lot of that, which I set myself up to train for a 10K. So I suppose that makes a lot of sense. It's just very different than what I normally do. And that makes it fun and exciting. Whether it's effective, I think so. I mean, I'm looking at my watch, it has that feature where it tells you like there's like a color bar that says, are you like still 80-20 or not? I think I'm kind of 80-20. I'm not sure. Part of the way that the Stride workout works is it has me in like zone 3 a lot. So, or like right on the bubble of zone 2 and zone 3. So I think it'll be a good workout. We'll see with my 10K time. If I can get it, if it gets under 42 or anywhere around there, then I'll feel like, yeah, this was good. It worked. But I mean, I just like the idea of if I'm doing interval work, of doing it by power. Because when I've looked at the graphs, the power graph, it looks like you've drawn a castle, like how children draw a castle. It's very clear where the on and off sections are. And then the heart rate, it's like sand dunes, like it's Excite Bike. Remember that game where there's like those hills just constantly over and over? So like I feel like it's a much more precise way of kind of like measuring and like figuring out intensity. So overall, I'm very interested in see how it works. If I like this one, maybe I'll try doing a marathon training plan like that. But we'll see. So far, I'm liking it. Let's do a couple more. All right, James Aylward says Heartbreak Hill is a 4.5% grade climb that lasts about a third of a mile. Starts just after mile 20. That's a lot. I mean, 1/3 of a mile isn't a terribly long time, but 4.5% grade, that is a lot. I'm trying to think, like some of the hills that I normally run on around here, which I feel like, oh, that's a long kind of sustained hill. Nothing like, I wouldn't think that you'd have to worry about it traction wise, like in the winter, but like from a runner, like, oh, you're definitely feeling that. And if you can plan your intervals, like if you got reps to do on that day, probably don't want to pick starting it right there if you're going by pace. And those are usually in the 3% category. There's one, like the one that was in the video for today. I think that one is about 4.5%. So and it's probably about a third of a mile. I'll have to go back and check. So we'll have to go see. Cause I wouldn't want to try and run marathon pace up that hill. So like, I feel like figuring out how to pace that and like, but that also means like then the rest of your miles got to be a little bit faster. So that's interesting. I mean, I figured it would be a big incline. I mean, I've run 6 and 7 and 8% grades too. And that's a lot. That makes me feel like, well, maybe I should just hike. So I don't know. Ansar B says, hey man, started running a few weeks ago, found your channel today and binge a few vids. Love the content. Well, thanks so much. Welcome to running. Hope you're enjoying the running and thanks for watching. All right. Let's see. Let's get a couple more in and then I probably got to get going for the day. Let's see. Paul Kane says, yes, the Stride plan has a lot of interval work, which I don't normally do, but open to the idea. I need it. See if it works. We have the opportunity to experiment right now. Yeah, that's kind of how I'm seeing it too. It's like I've been wanting to race a 10K or a 5K. And I kind of did a 5K time trial without really a lot of training. So now it's like, why not go for a 10K training plan, see what it does, Yeah, and then it says about that Heartbreak Hill. That's quite a hill for mile 20. Yeah, it's brutal, I would say. Yeah, I don't think that's very nice to do. Stevie76 is here. Says just got out of the meeting. Awesome. And yeah, let's see what else. All right. I think that's probably a good place. No offense, Stevie, not because you got here, but I think that's a good point to leave it for today. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Not sure what I'm not sure if I'm going to do a video tomorrow. I kind of like not having a video tomorrow. No, tomorrow's Thursday, so I will have a video tomorrow. We'll figure out what the video is going to be about tomorrow. I'm not sure. We'll see. But what we will have is happy hour in the afternoon. So come by with your beverage of choice. Doesn't have to be alcoholic. Mine probably will be. Probably get another beer. And we'll do the same thing. We'll hang out. We'll answer questions. We'll talk about running. We'll not talk about running. It'll be a good time. Hopefully, I'll see you guys then. In the meantime, be safe out there, everybody. And thanks.